Shut up and sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Festa 67's Workshop, and welcome to issue 39 of Build Your Own Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 from the year 1967 from our dear friends at DeAgostini. Now, if you'd like to grab this is a 1/6 scale, folks, Mustang. Massive. If you'd like to grab this, head over to this link here. There's also a clickable version in the description below. Go over to the DeAgostini website and take out a subscription for this iconic Shelby GT500. Got the Shelby story in the magazine there. This was the police started buying Mustangs when the third generation was launched. Loads of blurbage and all of that lot with all the different added extras and things that they put in them for the police forces out in the US. Here's a breakdown of the parts that we're going to have, which is the rear drum on the right hand side and the shock absorber. So you'll need your rear chassis section that you've been working on, folks, to hand. I've got mine just off shop, and we'll be doing these little parts again, okay, putting in the pins and things like that. Step-by-step instructions are really simple to follow, folks. You cannot go wrong. Really are that simple. And then at the end of it, you'll end up with your chassis with a brake drum, shock absorber ready for when you then start building up the wheel in the next few issues. You've then got the Ford GT40 concept from 2002, looking rather splendid there. I do prefer that, actually. It does look nice, doesn't it? It's I don't know whether the production car ended up quite as sleek around the window area as that, but yeah. There you go, there's the interior, looking rather splendid with brushed aluminium. GT40 concept there in the classic Golf brand colours. Beautiful colour scheme, I really do like that scheme. There's some more concept art of it there. And then the engine is located centrally, longitudinal position, and is clearly visible through the methacrylate panel located in the rear hood. In other words, the transparent window. So there you go, folks. So that's the magazine. I'm going to quickly flick back and start getting all the bits laid out. And I tend to lay my parts out on the bench as they appear there. Just makes it easier for you. So I'm going to do that. First up, we'll want 39D, which is this. And this is then going to go into 39F, folks, okay? It's got a little R on there for the right-hand side, so it lets you know which one you're doing. So you want to orientate that so that we can start putting in this section. And then there's going to be a pin going in there as well, folks, okay? So grab your pin and get that ready. There's a little knurled area on the end of the pin that locks it into place, folks, okay? So try to fit that bit on the outside there. Just rest it, poke it through the hole there. That will then start going its way through. And then when it gets to that point, just put it down. I've got a pair of pincers there. And these are perfect because they've got a smooth blade, okay? They're godhand. And what they do is it lets me just put that prong on there and push that through, just like that. But it doesn't damage the plastic. It's perfect. And then obviously just put the protective cover back on, put them to one side. So that's that piece in place, okay? Happy days. And then this shock absorber will be sliding in like so and get mounted to the underside of the stub axle. I'm just going to move them to one side and bring that in so that we can start getting that all lined up, folks, okay? Bring the rear chassis in and spin that round so that we can show you where it's all going. It's going up underneath here, okay? Now, what I tend to do is I tend to line this up where it's going to live, which is over there. And it tilts slightly towards the rear. It'll only go one way because it's got a little peg there that goes into the hole right down in there. So you can only fit it the right way. But what I tend to do is I put that in place and just leave it there. And then I put the screw in this section first to screw this in so that it holds that in place for when I turn the chassis over, okay? It works for me. So it might work for you. So grab your screw, put that on the end of your screwdriver ready, like so. I whop a little bit of oil on there just to help it cut into the plastic. Its first few threads just makes it go in a bit easier. And then I bring this up, and there's a little woodruff key. Just keep turning it until you hear it click into place, folks, okay? And then that woodruff key is at 12 o'clock, folks, round about there, okay? And then pull that up with your fingers and pull that into place like that. There you go, and it's just locked straight in. I can now rest that across my knuckle and hone that screw straight in like that. And for me, I just find that easier doing it myself that way. It works for me, so give it a try, folks, because it can be fiddly trying to hold that right up under there with your finger whilst turning the chassis over. And then I can just prod that into place. That will then be screwed in with another screw, which is the PS05. So I'm going to grab that, put a bit of oil on it, then we can bring the chassis round and screw that bracket on. A little bit of oil, just rest my finger there on there. I can now turn that upside down. It's still held in place by my finger, and we're then going to just drop that in that little hole there, and that will pull the bottom half of that bracket straight into that recess. And when I let it go, my shock absorber is fully in place. See? Absolutely the easiest way I find. Next up, we're going to be putting the rear drum sections together. So you've got the back panel. Again, it's got a woodruff key in it, folks, so bear that in mind. And that is going to go that way round. And then you've got the brake shoes, cylinders with 2 pins there. That will then go inside the brake discs, the brake hubs even. There you go, all the brake drums. So we just want to make sure we orientate it, cylinders facing down according to the diagram. So let's just orientate the chassis in the right way. Like so. That's the woodruff key in place, and then we want that way. So it'll just pop in there like so. Okay. And that will sit in there. And then get your drum, pop that over the unit, just like so. And that's how that will sit until you put the wheel on, folks, okay? So that's what you're going to end up with. You've got your shock absorber in, and you've got your rear brake drum on, ready to receive the wheel unit when that all goes into place, folks, okay? So, remember, if you'd like to build this with me, head over to this link here. Go to the DeAgostini website and take out a subscription for this beautiful 1/6 scale car. When you think this is just the rear chassis, folks. Oh. Also, if you can click the little fester in the corner and subscribe to my channel and ring the bell, that'll really help me out grow my channel. But also ringing the bell gets you notifications of when future issues become available on YouTube. So until then, thank you so much for coming in and keeping me company. I look forward to seeing you on the next issue. Bye-bye for now. Massive.